not next week, but the week after, that podcast, which I'm so excited for. Just to break down the whole McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Like, I think everyone's the same. That is the fight that I'm so excited for. Like, I don't know how you're feeling, but I'm so excited for that fight.
I am, mate. I am, but I'm also nervous because I don't know who I want to win out of personal. I mean, I always just want to see a good scrap, but I quite like both their personalities and their stories and the way it's sort of, you know, I remember watching the documentary that was on Netflix on Poirier before he really hit it big in UFC and stuff.
Neill, I have seen that. Is that on Netflix? Is it now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on Netflix for years. Well, I don't know if it's still on.
Netflix, mate. You know what? I think I actually watched it on Netflix, and I watched it years ago. I so mad you're saying that, you know, because I'm exactly the same. I watched that years ago. And from the documentary, I always used to look out for Dustin Poirier. I always used to kind of.
He was like fighting like backdoor clubs and stuff like that, which everybody has to start at.
Really. Yeah, like proper like redneck barns and stuff like that. But he's a proper like just, and he came across as just a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's why this fight is so captivating, because obviously you got Dustin Poirier, who, again, he's got a really good story, really good guy. You want him to do well, and then you got Connor McGregor, who you just, mate, like you want Connor McGregor to win this to keep fighting, because there's no other person that generates this much excitement. There's just no other person that I can think of. Like, as someone like me, like Anderson Silva, for example, for me, Anderson Silva was, you know, as soon as this fight got announced, I'd be nervous straight away. It's all I could possibly think about. Back when he was the champ, and you know his fight to Chris Weidman and just everything like that. Shogun, who is another example, I get nervous and everything, and you know, I just focus on his fight. But McGregor, I just find McGregor's just, I think he's even more so than Anderson Silva and Shogun Rua. Just the popularity that he brings, the energy, like, you know, this fight, I was on about it on Saturday with my mates, and just honestly, even talking about it, I was getting like just so excited for it, and just, as you said, nervous, because I'm like, if he loses, what happens then? Like, where does he go? Do you know what I mean? Like, what happens? Does he go for Diaz trilogy? What did he do?
This is his biggest fight, even bigger than Khabib for me, and I'll tell you why. Because Khabib was always a tough fight, but he was better at featherweight, in my opinion, because he was big at featherweight, just the same way Khabib is big at lightweight. And Khabib retired, so there was never a chance to get a second one back. But this one, he didn't do the trilogy with Diaz. This is his trilogy. If he loses this, then there's someone out there who is 100% got the win on him, because they'll never do 4 fights, because that could lead to a 5th. So he has to win this, because Khabib's a loss. I mean, but he can always turn around and say, but yeah, you know, I went and did this moving up in weights, and Khabib was big at that weight. I was never really ground game, but Poirier will stand up with him.
Yeah.
And that's his game. And Poirier's a bit near to him in size and weight. And if he loses to Poirier, you know, it'd be like if you'd have done it with the Nate Diaz and then lost the third one with Nate Diaz. This is saying that someone stood with you and done your game and beat you. So it's just massive for him. He's got to win. And at the same time, it's the same for Poirier.
Sorry, honestly, mate, you get me proper like pumped up for it, mate. Even speaking about it, like I've like honestly, mate, like today on my lunchtime and stuff like that, just watching these like prediction videos. It's mad how everyone's got their own like opinion and stuff, and I find it fascinating. Like for me, that is the most looked forward to fight this year. Like I honestly cannot wait. Like so like I said, not next week, the week after, we're going to do the big breakdown, aren't we? Obviously not just that fight with the whole card, but let's be honest, mate, 50 minutes of that is going to be about McGregor and Dustin Poirier, you know? Just that fight.
Yeah, you know what? Right, so I was having a look at that card, though. So get on this. Then you've got Gilbert Burns, Stephen Thompson.
Yeah.
You got Tuivasa Greg Hardy. Sean O'Malley's fighting Louis Smoker. Then you got Carlos Condit on the prelims. He's fighting Max Griffin, Nico Price Pereira, Sean Brady, Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee's like one of the first prelims. Like he's just low down on it because they've got that many boss fights.
So one little thing that I will say, and again, we'll do all this in 2 weeks' time, but fights of the night, I'm thinking it's Nico Price and that Mikel Pereira guy.
Because he's a
Mate,
fucking
that
weirdo.
fight, I see it because I did the same as you, you know. I had a little look on Wikipedia on the fight card, and that fight just probably jumped out to me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what a fight! And its position on the card, it's prelims, but it's not main event prelims. That's Condit, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like just like the middle or something.
There's, I don't know if they're televising it or if you have to go on Fight Pass, but there's early fights, prelims, and then the main card. So I'm gonna like just watch it all fucking day.
It's that. Do you know if is the main, you know, because it's a McGregor fight, is the main card box office that you have to pay for? Because they always do this with McGregor, mate. They do it on box office. That's frustrating.
No, it'll be on BT Sports over here, won't it?
No, so the last McGregor fight when he fought Poirier, it was box office. Do you not? Yeah. You have to pay for it because they do this.
In Gran Canaria, it's all on Mac boxes because they don't have Sky out there. So it's all. It doesn't matter what it is. You just click on the box office option, and it's all illegal telly. But you go to a bar, that's what they've all got.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you don't have to worry about it then, mate. For those guys, it's so yeah, every single pay-per-view that they have, it's always BT Sports. But for McGregor, the last few times, it's been on box office that you'll have to pay, like BT Sports box office. It's like 15 quid, but you can't record it, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you'd have to watch it live. Which I know it's like
for like the next week on your Skybox. Usually you've got it for like 48 hours on your Skybox, don't you?
I don't know. I'm sure last time I tried to record it, as in like record it to watch it the next day, and I couldn't do it.
If I paid every month for BT Sports, I'd be ringing them up saying I want that card on. I'm cancelling my fucking subscription with you cheeky bastards.
Well, to be fair, mate, like for me, I don't really watch club football. So obviously people get BT Sports mainly for the football, in my opinion. Like I literally I pay £30 a month just for the UFC. Like, so yeah, for me it is a bit annoying because, you know, again, it's the fight I'm most looking forward to. And yeah, you'd have to pay an extra 15 quid. But you can't yourself lucky because in America, it's like $60, you know, $60. And I think that's a pay-per-view for them. Every pay-per-view they have to pay for, regardless of the subscription.
Though, they have this fight culture, don't they? They'll have, like, don't forget, it's on at normal time over there, depending on what coast. But they'll have their mates come round and all pay a tenner each.
So they so there's actually a good little thing. So you know where Paulie trains at Next Gen. He was telling me the main Next Gen is in Texas, under the name of I can't remember the guys. I can't remember the main guy's name, to be honest. But when the UFC's on, it's in Texas, isn't it? So it's always hot. They'll have like a barbecue and stuff like that while watching the UFC. I've always been dead jealous of that though, because I'm like, to me, that's like the perfect day, that a barbecue and everything like that while the UFC's on live. Like I was like, I need to move to Texas, mate. It's the place to be.
Mate, Gran Canaria, lads, it's like it's like €1 a pint of like Amstel. And by the time the UFC's on at 2 a.m, fucking wankered. Like I always end up staying up to watch it and then watching it the next day because I have maybe a clue who's won, but I can't remember nothing else.
You're just so out of it.
Yeah.
Did they watch it in the bars over there? Neill? Did they watch it in the bars and stuff? Is it big in Gran Canaria? Yeah.
Yeah, huge, mate. If you're in Gran Canaria, go down the pub. It's called the Pub, or the Barbacoa is another good one to watch it. They've got a big outdoor screen in like a park outside, and they've also for the which fight was it? Oh, the first Fury Deontay Wilder. They've got a big hall, and they just drag down a cinema screen and they put it in that. Yeah, and people were just sat inside just watching it. But the one outdoors, they have all the footy on a big outdoor cinema screen as well.
Have you been, you know, in Gran Canaria? Have you been to the outdoor cinema?
The Moonlight Cinema in Melanores.
Hey, it's good that, you know, I went there to go
Yeah,
watch Knives Out. Yeah, when I went on a holiday there.
yeah, mate. It's good.
It gets cold in the night time, like, but they give you like a blanket and everything, you know. It's
Yeah,
good.
they do. Yeah, mate. It's one of them. Like it's
Yeah, let's have you know, Gran Canaria's boss, mate. Like, I
another
honestly
world,
love it.
lads. Yeah, shame there's no one
Yeah.
here. So get this one done quick. Being out in the sun and the kids are just constantly in and out. But yeah, what do you reckon, McGregor? Poirier, I think the pre-fight press conference will have a better idea of their mental states. That's why we're going to leave it for a week before we do the full predictions and what's going to happen, and we break everything down bit by bit. But give us your current thoughts at the minute. Let us know what you think's going to happen. Also, the rest of the card, Ashley's right. Nico Price Pereira looks like one of the better fights on the card for me. But there's other great ones, Burns and Thompson. But yeah, give us your thoughts. And also, anything else that you've seen in the video, like where we were talking about BT Sports having to pay that fee. What a rip-off, what a bunch of gangsters. I mean, it's bad enough you'd have to pay the subscription for it specifically for the UFC, and then them trying to charge on top. I don't care if they're watching, they can fuck off. But yeah, other than that, have a good day. Enjoy your fucking day.